We now get down to the nitty-gritty of value growth investing, and that's screening for stocks. This means getting the stocks on a given exchange down to a more manageable level so that we can analyse them further. I do this using three main steps. The first one is to use an online filtering tool so that I can do an initial screen of all the stocks. I would then save these results to a simple spreadsheet so that I can refine the results further by removing companies that I don't think represent growth companies, or that are in industries that I don't understand, or that are cyclical in nature. So the online tool I've been using for several years is Google Finance. So just open up your web browser and type in google.com/finance. This brings you to the main Google Finance page. And on the left hand side you can see the stock screener menu. So just click that, and that brings you to the Google stock screener itself. Across the top you can see there are drop downs for country, and also a drop down for the exchange in the country, and also the sectors. The criteria are listed here, and you can also see the company distribution based on the criteria you've selected. You can add criteria yourself and also reset to get back to this initial starting point. As you can see, there are around 33,000 stocks on the US exchanges, so we want to get this down to a much more manageable number. Let's start with market cap, and we'll just put in a value of, say, 200 million. When we enter this value, it should change the number in the results from 33,000, but it hasn't, and this is a glitch in Google. So what we need to do is add a criteria, and this can be any random criteria, and this is just to force a reset of the search results. So we'll just check this one, and over on the left you can see there's a brief definition, and we can go ahead and click the button to add the criteria. I'll just collapse this, then we can see what we're doing. And you can see the numbers gone from around 33,000 down to around 11,000. Let's add a few more criteria. And remember, these aren't the criteria I use, these are just for demonstration purposes. So we'll have a maximum PE ratio of 30 and press enter. And again, the results haven't changed. So we need to add another criteria to force a reset of those results. Let's go down to the growth criteria and choose one of those. Let's go for 10-year EPS growth rate. Just add that and then collapse the box again so we can see what we're doing. That's reduced the results slightly to 10,000. That's because of the PE ratio of 30 maximum. So let's change the 10-year EPS growth rate to around 5 as a minimum. And again, add another criteria to force a change in the results. We'll just add a random one again this time. And now that's reduced the results to 857. Still too many, so let's look at dividend yield and set a minimum dividend yield of 5%. Again, we'll need to add a random criteria to force a reset of the results. And unfortunately, this is just a glitch in Google and there's nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid. And now we're down to 48, which is a much more manageable number for further analysis. We can now select our results and copy and paste them into a spreadsheet. Just make sure to get the header row and the first selection, and just grab the very end and then copy those, and then go over to your spreadsheet. This is Excel, but again any spreadsheet will do, and just paste the results in. The row headers come across as well, and that's the first 20 results. So we need to go back and get the other pages. Just select them all again. We don't need the row headers this time. Can get a bit tricky to get the selection exactly right. There we go, just copy those. Go back to the spreadsheet and paste them under the previous results. So now we go back and get the remaining 8 or so. And again, we don't need the top row, so just go for the results. Copy those and paste them into the spreadsheet again. I now usually add a column to the front of the spreadsheet just to indicate whether the companies need further analysis or not. Just type in analyze as a column header. And we can just expand the company name section so that we can see more clearly. What I do now is go through each of these companies and decide whether they warrant further investigation or not. And I exclude stocks that are foreign to the exchange that I'm currently looking at, and these are usually indicated by the letters ADR. And I also exclude mining companies and oil and gas companies, but that's my particular preference. So this first one is an ADR, and if I wanted to invest in this company, I'd just go to the exchange of the country that the company belongs to. So it gets a no in the analyze column. I just type in an N. The next one is also an ADR, so again it gets a no. For the next one, I want to find out a bit more about the company, so I just click its name. And we get taken to Google Finance, the main page. And here we can see some company information at the top. And we've also got a chart. And if we scroll down, there's some more information we can look at, including related companies, the sector that the company is in, and the description of the company as well. This tells us that Alliance is a coal mining company. And it's also got a bit of a complicated company structure, so I think I'll pass on that one as well. The next one is AmeriGas. Just scroll down to see the description of the company. And this one looks like it distributes gas rather than being a mining company. So I think that warrants further investigation. I'll just go back to the spreadsheet and put a Y in the analyze column. Just click on the next one. And this has a low share price, which makes me wary. And the chart is also empty, which doesn't look like a good sign to me. Let's just go down to the description. And it looks like, there we go, it's a real estate investment trust. And I'm not really interested in real estate investing, nor companies that are financial companies or investment trusts, so I'm going to pass on this one. Just put a no in the analyze column. And I would carry on down through all the results in this manner until the analyze column is filled with yeses and nos. I then sort the spreadsheet so that I've got all the yeses at the top for ease of reference. Just go to the top menu and click on data and then sort. My list has got headers, so I'll keep that checked. And I'll sort on the first column called Analyze. I want the yeses to appear at the top, so I'll do a reverse sort order from Z to A. And then click OK. and there we have all the yeses at the top. And from the 33,000 we started with, we've now got 10 for further analysis. All that's needed now is for me to rename the worksheet and give it a more meaningful name. And I'd also save the spreadsheet as well. If you don't have Excel, you can also copy and paste the results into Google Sheets. So let's go ahead and try that. Just select them all again, including the row header at the top there. Copy, and this time we'll switch to Google Sheets and we can paste them in. So those are the first 20, and we would go back and copy the rest and paste them all into the spreadsheet. Then, as before, I'll just insert a column at the beginning of the spreadsheet so that I can indicate whether the company warrants further analysis or not. I'll just also expand the company name so I can see better. To view information on a company, you just hover over its name and click on the link that pops up. The first two companies again are foreign to US exchanges, so they both get a no in the Analyze column. To see the next one, we'll hover over its name and click the pop-up. This takes us to Google Finance again, where we can get more information on the company and fill in the spreadsheet as before. I now need to sort the results so that all the yeses are at the top. So we just go to the data menu and click sort sheet by column A, but we'll go Z to A so the yeses appear at the top. And there we have it, just 10 companies for further analysis. I just need to grab the header row that Google's put at the bottom of the sheet after the sort. So I'll just do a cut and paste. And also rename the worksheet for future reference. Google Docs does save the spreadsheet automatically, but you could give it a title so that it's easy for you to find in future. And that's it for screening stocks using Google Finance and putting the results in a spreadsheet for further analysis.